So, where in the Bible does it talk about murder?
Where does it not talk about murder? Might be a better question.
Or what does it say about murder?
Yeah, okay. So, because there's a lot actually in Scripture that is discussing murder.
Okay.
And so the first place we see it is actually, pretty quickly into Scripture.
Right.
We're in Genesis 4, so you're 4 chapters in, and there's already a murder taking place.
Right.
Where Cain kills his brother Abel. And so that's like...
Is that the most famous murder of all time?
Or the murder of Jesus?
There you go.
Yeah.
Probably that one.
Probably that one.
Was he murdered, though?
Yeah,
or did he commit crimes?
Right. Well, he was innocent. So if nothing else, he was found guilty, even though he was an innocent man.
Right.
So, yeah.
But we put innocent people to death in this country sometimes.
Yeah, you mean like through the death penalty?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is that murder?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the death penalty because of that. And
Okay.
so maybe we can get into that in a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I have some thoughts on death penalty.
All right.
So people are not going to love.
Okay.
And some people are going to really love.
All right.
Yeah. So, all right. And so Genesis point 1, Cain, Abel dead. Cain killed him.
Mm.
And then from there, probably the next thing you think about is like 10 Commandments.
Right.
In Exodus, do not kill. Of course, it's given to someone, Moses, who actually killed somebody.
Right. Right, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then covered it up.
Well, was he defending somebody?
And that's another question, right? I
Yeah.
mean, was he defending him? Yeah, I guess. But then he like covers him up like when no one looks, like he's like looking around, making sure no one's going to see what he's going to do, and he like buries the dude in the sand.
Okay.
So, yeah. So, do not murder.
Probably what I would have done.
Probably so. and then that whole idea of do not murder, the 10 Commandments, all that's found there in the law is reinforced in the book of Deuteronomy.
Mm-hmm.
But it's found in every single part of the law, from Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, into Deuteronomy.
So does the Bible define what it means by murder?
Yeah, the Bible is defining it as it's defining it generically as the taking of another human life.
Okay.
Okay. But then it's more, so it defines murder as the taking of human life, but then it is more clear on, hey, here's when this is not murder.
Oh, okay.
Like, in other words, like there's a lot of laws found in Leviticus and in Deuteronomy about, hey, this is not murder. And so, when you unintentionally kill someone, that kind of thing.
Okay.
So yeah, it gives a lot of descriptions of what it's not. And then throughout the historical writings, in the Old Testament, murder is, we see murders happening. And Proverbs and Psalms talk about murders, and even see someone repenting of murder in one of the Psalms. King David.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Because he
had the dude murdered. So
yeah.
he didn't personally kill the dude.
Because his wife was hot.
Yeah. Pretty much. And so he had her husband killed.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and then of course the 4 Gospels, murder, if we're going to talk about in terms of Jesus, so Jesus also actually speaks about murder. And then the book of Acts, murders. And 1/4 of the New Testament is actually written by someone who is considered a murderer.
Paul. Right.
Yep. And so
1/4 of the New Testament?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because the other books are longer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Probably 1/4, probably about a third of those books.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's interesting to note that God actually used people like Moses, like King David, like Saul or Paul, for the purposes of his kingdom,
Mm-hmm.
even though
they did murders.
Even though they did murders. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, man. So yeah, that's kind of just a generic sketch of finding murder in Scripture.